everyone, welcome to my channel and my home. Today I thought I'll show you a bit of what my weekend is like. I find that when I prep for the week ahead on a Saturday or a Sunday, my week goes really well and everything feels under control most of the time. Besides the usual home clean and reset, the laundry and the folding, the kids' extracurricular activities, I like to menu prep. This involves not just prepping or chopping veggies, but also cooking up some meals to take the stress off the first few days of the week. I work full-time and recently started a new job, so it's been quite important that I stick to a routine. The first thing that I like to do is a quick declutter and clean of the kitchen area, and since we had just finished breakfast before I started recording, I got the dishwasher loaded, put the clean pots and pans away so that when I start, everything was clean and clear. When the kids were eating breakfast, I made a big batch of homemade granola, and that's what's cooking up in our oven at the moment. I've shared this recipe in a video just a few weeks ago, so do go check it out if you're interested in making a healthy, easy, delicious, and clean granola or clean muesli at home. I love my planner. Everything I want to get done is always written in here. To keep me on track with my cooking today, I'm just writing down the things that I would like to prep and also cook for the week ahead. This weekend, I'm cooking up some lunches, prepping things for our kids' lunchbox and also some snacks, and a quick breakfast option to take to work as I leave home early. The first thing that I'm going to cook up is some beetroots and carrots in the oven. I'm just going to roast them up, and this will go with my salad leaves and some protein, and it'll make the perfect workday lunch for both Kingsley and I. So that's what I'm doing here. I also love adding garlic to our food, so adding a few cloves. You can slice up the beetroots and carrots in any way you want. I just went with long strips just to see how it'll go. And I'm just having a quick look at the muesli, and it looks like it's done. The key to it is that it needs to look crunchy and sound crunchy, and you know your muesli is done. So just seasoning it really quickly with olive oil, some herbs. I'm using a Pepper and Me brand seasoning, chili flakes because we like heat, and some pepper. The seasoning had some salt, which is why I'm not adding it here. Giving it a good toss, and then it's just gonna go straight into the oven. The best tip that I can give for meal prepping is to start something first that'll take the longest time. So this is gonna be sitting in the oven for a while, so I'm just gonna get that out of the way first. Next up, I've put a rice cooker and also an egg maker on the counter so I can prep those. So just making some boiled eggs for the week, so that's in the egg cooker there. And then I'm also cooking up some brown rice and quinoa, which I'm just gonna have on hand. This will be perfect to go with lentils or any protein for our weeknight dinner. So I'm just kind of prepping that, not to go with any particular meal, but just to have it handy, for us or for the kids. So that's just gonna do its thing on one side of the counter. We have a pretty early start in our home. I head out quite early every day to work, and 3 days of the week I head to the gym before I do that. So it's quite an early start, and to help with all of that, I like to prep up some breakfast options for the kids and I. This particular one works out really well for my husband and I, so my kids are not really keen, because this is a banana oat pancake. All right, so it's not really a regular pancake recipe, but it's got some good stuff in it and it tastes amazing. So I'm just adding things like egg and banana, of course, some oats, and I just kind of whip it all up together, and it tastes really delicious. I'll put the recipe on the screen so you can try making it at home. And they stick in the fridge really well. So I just make a batch of it, divide it up into containers so they're really ready to go every single day. And then what I do is I just put it into the toaster to reheat it, and it's perfect. I do not microwave it or anything like that. I just pop it into the toaster and it comes back to life, and then I just drizzle some maple syrup and it is ready to go. While this is blending away, I would love to know, how do you meal prep for the week? If you've got some cool ideas, let me know in the comment section below, because I'm always after food ideas. Just having a quick look at the oven, and what I'm going to do is just toss the veggies up a little bit to help it as it cooks. Now it's time to make our oat pancakes, our banana oat pancakes. As you can see here, the batter is nice and thick. It's also really smooth, even though you can't really see it on the screen. And I'm just gonna, cook a few together. Now the key to cooking these is to make sure you have the heat on low, because it does burn up quite fast. And the banana kind of like caramelizes a little bit, so make sure you do that. It does take a little bit of practice. I've had a few burnt ones. It doesn't do anything to it. It just looks a bit darker. It tastes just fine, and as you can see, it's nice and fluffy actually. So these will be great if you just make these and then eat them straight away. Also, if you're new to my channel and have recently subscribed, welcome to my channel. Let me know where you're watching from. Up next, I'm making some corn fritters, which will be perfect for the kids' lunchbox or even the adults' lunchbox as well. It's really yummy and filling. So the ingredients are pretty easy. So we got corn. You can use frozen, fresh or tinned, some milk, grated cheese, self-rising flour, and some dill, and also eggs. So it's really basic ingredients that you can find. I'll pop the ingredients on the screen for you. This recipe is perfect to make ahead because it freezes really well, or if you just want to make it for the week and pop it into an airtight container and pop it in your fridge, and then you just reheat it in your toaster or even your microwave, sometimes even your air fryer, just to blast it up a little bit and bring it back to life. All of that works just fine. And once you cook it up, you can just serve it with some sour cream and sweet chili sauce, and your kids will love it. I must add that this is just not a kid's recipe, but if you're an adult, you can make these corn fritters and have it with some salad as well, and it makes the perfect lunch. If you're using frozen corn like I did, it tends to clump up a little bit initially. So what you could do is you could thaw out the corn if you want, or use tinned corn. And but if you're using frozen like I am, just let it sit out on the bench for a little bit before you cook it up. So I'm just heating a non-stick pan, drizzling some olive oil, and then I'm just gonna pour the corn fritter batter and let it cook on medium-low. So for protein for this week, I'm just gonna cook up some salmon fillets, and we love salmon as a household. I just add on a marinade, and it changes every single week. And this week I'm gonna use something that I picked up from the food show just a couple of weekends ago. Other ideas that you could use is just a tandoori masala blend to put on your fish and let it marinate, and then you can pop it in your oven. Other times I like to just make a mix of like hoisin sauce, some mashed garlic. I can never leave the garlic alone. I also sometimes add in some sweet chili sauce, just a little different blend, just to bring out the flavor. So I'm gonna let this marinate and pop it into the oven. All right, here we go. Our granola for the upcoming 10 days, approximately 7 to 10 days, is ready. So now that it's cooled, I'm just gonna transfer it into a airtight container, and then this will go into the pantry. Our brown rice and quinoa is done as well, so I'm just going to quickly fluff it up and then transfer it to a glass container, and then it'll store in the fridge for the next few days. Also, our corn fritters have cooled up, so I'm just going to pop those into a container as well. While I was cooling it down, both my husband and our daughter came and grabbed a few, so my count did reduce. And the salmon fillets are done. I try not to cook it to death. You want it to be nice and flaky, so just cooked is always great and delicious. It ended up turning out so good. So this is actually all of my food prep. So you can see the beetroot and carrot, and then I've got a salad bag right next to it. So I'm going to pair that up with the salmon, Right next to it is our cooked brown rice and quinoa. And that came out really well as well, and we used it for like lentils, or sometimes you can pair it with protein. Our delicious box of granola that's ready to go, or muesli depending on how you call it. And then we've got our banana oat pancakes. As you can see, I've divided it up into some containers, and in the little red container, this little tub, I've got some maple syrup. I've also packed up a little container of some sweet chili sauce and sour cream to go in my daughter's lunchbox tomorrow. With the corn fritters, we got our boiled eggs nice and ready, and these will sit in the fridge just as. I'm not going to peel off the shell. Our corn fritters is also there. So that's a little sneak peek into my meal prep for our week. I really hope it gave you some inspiration. If you've got some ideas for me, I would love to know, and I would love to chat with you in the comment section below. So don't forget to leave me a comment below. I'll see you all next week with a brand new video. Bye bye.